What's going on, guys? This is Matt Marinoff, Real Estate Recovery Group. Thank you so much for attending the night edition of live streaming RRG. My special guest this evening is none other than the infamous David Hansel from Alpha Funding Partners. And we're going to be talking about private money tonight, hard money. And Alpha is known for the softer side of hard money. Although they like to say that they're hard money lenders. They're big pussy cats over there. And I'm excited to have them on. And as always, every show is going to be broken up to audio and also video. And we are putting together our podcast. So this stuff will be aired at a later date. Also, the people who are watching this tonight live in the Short Sell 101 group, this is a private group that are set up for real estate agents, investors, title companies, anybody that, attorneys that wants to understand how the short sale side works. But I'm bringing on special guests at night, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tonight we have David Hansel. And David and I have been friends for quite some time. We've done a couple of deals together as far as getting the short sale done. People go to him for the hard money. And he's definitely a force to be reckoned with in the industry. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, obviously, because of COVID-19. So I'm very happy to have David on right now. David, without further ado, tell people that don't know who you are what David Hansel is about and what Alpha is about.
Sure. Well, thanks, Matt, for having me on. I would describe myself as a real estate investor at the core. I mean, that's really what I and what my company does. Our investments mostly are made through debt, meaning we're lending money to other real estate investors. So we started the company, my partner, Mark Colazzo, and I back in 2007. We recently merged with another group out in Long Island to help, continue to scale and grow the company. But over those years, we built a really strong presence in the tri-state area and have since expanded up and down the East Coast and providing capital and truly trying to be a capital partner to investors that are doing fix and flip. We fund thousands of deals and have worked with, lots of borrowers over that time. It's an interesting spot because we get to be part of that of the deals and get to repeat and with a lot of our strong borrowers that are out there building really large businesses as investors. No different than a general contractor. We're the guys that they work with on the capital side. But outside of Alpha, I'm also managing partner in a real estate private equity group, Lucerne Capital Partners. We own and manage apartment buildings up and down the East Coast.
So, Dave, what would you give somebody as far as advice right now that might be a newer investor that didn't go through, 2008, didn't go through the whole, 9/11? They're obviously, COVID-19 is something serious, and people are worried. What is Alpha doing right now to protect the company, but also more importantly, protect the client?
Sure. Well, there's a lot of different things that are going on in our own business to protect the company and our borrowers. The borrowers are the lifeline of our business. When we started in early 08 and 07, 09, 2010, there wasn't lenders out in the market. Maybe a few started coming in 11 and 12. And we were kind of like the rock stars back then. Everyone wanted to talk to you because you had capital to lend out. And I always said, even back then, I said, listen, we need you as much as you need us. There may come a day where I need you more than me. I said, because sometimes people are uneasy talking to somebody who might be an authority on a topic that they're not familiar with, and they can be intimidated. So, the culture that we built at Alpha is really to build relationships. So all the people that work with us carry on that same type of feel, right? To make sure that we connect with the borrowers, understand what they're going through. We've continued to fund deals through COVID. we're moving draws along, and moving projects along. What's somewhat unique about us compared to almost every other lender that's locally in our market, we manage and control our own capital. A lot of it was money that I personally raised, from a really diverse group of retail investors. And then, we have some other strong private relationships. So we are able to make our own underwriting decisions, and we fund and service in-house. And I think, as this COVID came along, we had to really look at our business and say, well, where can we cut? Because originations are down drastically. Although we're still lending, we're lending at restricted levels. So we said, what does the next 3 to 6 months look? So we put out a budget, and we just assumed, hey, look, we're going to, we did a scenario at 0 originations, and we did scenarios to $6 million a month, because we were doing, $15 million a month in loans, sometimes size 20 million. So it's a huge cut. But we had to furlough some people. We had 24 employees. We furloughed a bunch. We have them on still covering their health insurance, and we're hoping to bring them back soon on the back end of this. With our borrowers, we're spending a lot of time, and the one thing that we've always done is try to be consultative, right? Right now there's deals to be had, but there'll be even more deals down the road. And Matt, you could probably speak to this about the impending short sale wave that'll come maybe, I don't know, 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road from some of this fallout. There's going to be lots of good deals. And so as much as we want to lend, we also want to make sure investors understand what they're getting into and they're making a good deal. So we're trying to kind of stick to our core values, like make sure we're providing good information, making intelligent decisions for our company, making sure our employees are taken care of, and also, doing the best that we can with our borrowers and quickly responding to needs of our borrowers.
There's a lot of people in this industry that have not taken the time to understand how private money works, institutional hard money, mortgages. I've seen you guys at events. I've seen, you really take the time. There's a lot of people out there that are in this industry. They don't do a lot of hand-holding that I've seen. Definitely one of the pioneers in the industry that, you think hard money, think alpha.
Want to be a resource to the investor community. It's what we've done all these years. Like I said, we have an awesome team. We can quickly look at deals. The one thing I can promise you is that we'll always be upfront about what we can and can't do. I'm not naming names, but there's groups out there that'll just kind of bait and switch, tease you with some info or mislead on stuff. And at the end of the day, they retrade you. For me, it's important that we deliver on what we say we can do. And at the end of the day, everyone's got a story where they went with a cheaper contractor or subcontractor, and it turned out that they wound up paying more money in the end for using them. We've been around a long time. Doesn't mean we're old and slow. We're always innovating. We have a dynamic team. We have a super clean and super fast process. So feel free to reach out to us direct anytime. The info's on the screen. And Matt, look forward to doing more business and watching you continue to grow and help people with what you're doing, which is pretty amazing.